Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We'll just roll with it, and then if you have questions, just send me a message, and I'll try to answer it as we go. So, okay, here we go. We're going to talk today about email marketing and how that can enhance your business and your offerings with your clients or athletes, and a little bit how I do it here at CrossFit Como, and how I've used email marketing really to save myself a lot of time. One of the biggest problems I used to have is people would email me because they wanted to check out the gym, or people would call me because they wanted to check out the gym. And I figured, how can I make this as simple as possible so I don't have to worry about getting on the phone, 20 times a day because our gym was, brand new and exploding. So I started doing a lot of research in my career outside of the gym. I do a lot of marketing for restaurants, and we use email marketing as a pretty successful tool to generate interest, get people to purchase things, communicate with everyone. So I'm going to show you how MailChimp and WODTogether integrates, and I think it's such a great integration, and then it's been a great way for me to automate some of the processes I've been doing manually. So I'm going to show you just a little bit of how to get that set up. Well, maybe not so much how to get it set up, but how to run campaigns in MailChimp, and how to set some automated items in MailChimp. So here we go. We're going to switch over to my screen share. Click on that. This right here. All right, so let's slide that over here. Okay. Cool, so you guys can all see that. We're going to close this, not going to close that, and now we're on MailChimp. So actually, I'm going to pull Facebook back open. If you do have any questions, message me on Facebook. I'm not seeing like I said, I'm not seeing the comments come through. So just message me on Facebook, and I'll see that pop up. So, okay, this is the dashboard once you log into MailChimp. As you are going to see, you're going to see a lot of information about my gym and how we do things. So I'm more than happy to share that. I'm going to go through some of the basics, and then show you how you can set up a couple different campaigns and some automated messaging for MailChimp. And really, just like I said, it provides additional value for your athletes and your clients. It really kind of helps you be a little bit better, so you can spend more time focusing on growing your business than in actually working, working in your business. So, so I use email marketing a ton. If you look at this is, like I said, the dashboard right here. We have a drop down. These are all the most previous emails I've sent, and some of these are all ones that I've crafted myself. These aren't automated. These are just kind of updating what's going on with the gym. My most recent campaign was to our intro list, and the intro list is basically prospective clients. And I send every Monday, I send them an email that says, hey, free CrossFit class tonight at 6 p.m. And then once they actually register to become a member of the gym, I take them off that list, and I put them, and they're automatically updated with WODTogether to my member list. So, all right, so we got some basic campaigns. These are basic email marketing messages. And as you can see, here's the ones that I have sent since we integrated into MailChimp. So we've been in MailChimp for a couple of weeks now. Prior to MailChimp, I used Aweber, which was another automated marketing program, email marketing program. I really liked Aweber because it was simple, easy to use. But once there was that integration with WODTogether, I knew that MailChimp was going to be a lot more powerful than what I was using with Aweber. So I think MailChimp's a really great program. So here's a couple of ways we use MailChimp. As you can see, we just started carrying fuel for fire. So here's a simple email I sent out to our athletes. Currently, we have 804 subscribers. Now, that's 804 people that have filled out our waiver and have an account in WODTogether. Now, our active members are only about 200. So you can see that only about little over 25% of our list is actually opening our emails. That's a little bit low for email, but especially for an engaged list. But like I said, we have all these extra subscribers that haven't been purged from our system yet. So you need to we talk more about that if you guys have questions about subscribers and how that whole process works. But I just want to show you how, like I said, how MailChimp really helps automate and simplifies things. So let's see, it looks like there's a note on Facebook. Let me check that real quick. Cool. All right, looks like you guys are jumping on. So, okay, cool. So here's a regular campaign. So like I said, recently we've sent out an email that we're carrying fuel for fire. So we're just gonna click on that. There's nothing fancy about this email. It's just very simple. Here's what the email looks like. Very simple. Hey, we're carrying something new at the gym. Think you're gonna love it. It's a mixture of protein, fruit puree. Pretty much like adult baby food and tastes so good. So then our head coach, I had him, since I like to market him out as a kind of spokesperson for the gym, I had him just record a simple iPhone video, and it kind of just tells people what Fuel for Fire is all about. So that's just a simple email. We can look at the report, people that open it. Can run through that real quick. So our open rate on this email is at 29%. Our list average is 32.8%. However, if you start getting rid of all those people that aren't members of the gym that are just in our list, I think that number is a lot higher. So looks like 804 people it was delivered to successfully. And then we sent that email out at 9 a.m. Within the first few minutes, we had 130 opens, it looks like. So that's a pretty successful campaign, and this is pretty typical of what I see when I send out email campaigns in my other job. So there's a couple people you can see who's opened the email, watched the videos, or who's forwarded it. So like I said, this is a basic analytical data that you can look at. Ideally, if you have a really engaged list like you would in most CrossFit gyms, then this is a great way to see who's opening and why. What links they're clicking on. Email marketing really can get really detailed. But like I said, this is just a basic template. It's good to measure everything. So where you're really going to get your value in is the automation of emails. And this is, like I said, this probably saves me at least 10 hours a week, if not more. And really getting people, whether they're first time coming in or they're members of the gym, developing our email marketing program has been so critical for me to kind of get out of day-to-day operations and then to start focusing on growing the business. So this is an example of automation. You can see a lot of different emails. I actually ended up organizing these into folders. So the few emails that I'm working on, still drafting, working on, are not filed. Then we have emails that send out based on anniversary or birthdays. So as you can see, over the last few weeks that we've been integrated with MailChimp, we've had our anniversary email go out 113 times. And we've had our happy birthday email go out 65 times. So that's pretty good for only having being in here for about three months. So let me kind of walk you through what it takes to develop like an anniversary or happy birthday email. So what you're going to want to do is jump onto this automation tab, and if you don't have this available, this is a paid feature of MailChimp. So that's very, very important that you, if you want to use these features, you do have to pay for it. It's about $20 a month to start out, but as your list grows, if you're really good about putting people on and off the list, then that's okay. But as your list grows, that fee can get pretty high pretty quickly. I think it's once you get over 2,500 members. So let's take a look at how do we create an anniversary or happy birthday email. It's pretty simple. We're going to hit create an automation workflow. Going to select our list. I'm going to start with our members. So we have 799 people. And then you have these different workflows that you can work with. So you have a welcome message, which I'll show you guys a little bit about that later. A series of emails you educate your subscribers on. So like when they get started with your gym. I'll show you guys all of that, but for this purpose, we're going to work on an annually recurring event. So send an annual email or series of emails based on a specific event or birthday. So MailChimp's can already get this set up for you, so it's pretty cool. So hit select. Okay. We're just going to make something up, workflow name, say happy birthday, Como, from Mike. Email address, and there's some other details you can get here. I'm not going to go into each of these. You guys can read them and understand. They have all these learn more links so you can learn exactly what's going on. So down here you see the workflow, so that's pretty important. But we're going to hit next and just go to what the trigger is, and this is the key. So in WODTogether, they have a lot of information that they pass through MailChimp. And for example, they have all of these dates, all these different dates that you can pass through. So if you are doing you want to send emails based on the last membership event date, this is the trigger that's going to send out the series of emails to your athletes or clients. So we can look further at that, but today let's just focus on what the birthday email is going to be. So, so you're just going to select birthday. What days you want the email to be sent. You can customize this, or for me, I just like to send it on the actual date. And then what time do you want the emails to be sent? For me, 9 a.m. is always a good time. If it's during the week, people are usually in their email at 9 a.m. So I always select 9 a.m. and then I hit next. Okay. Now, since this is, you see over here, this is a workflow. So trigger the workflow or trigger this automated email annually, so once a year, whenever their birthday date is. And it's going to send every day at 9 a.m. whenever that birthday is in. So you can add emails to this workflow. So they recommend starting with 3 emails. You can add more and remove them later. We're just going to do 1 because at my gym, I just like to send a happy birthday email. So so this is kind of what the automation looks like, and I'll get more into that here in a few. So you just go in here and design your email, and that's really, really simple. So email name, I'll just say happy birthday. Subject, happy birthday from CrossFit Como, who it's from, and hit next. Sorry if you guys hear that. There's doing some construction outside the building, so if you guys hear that noise in the background, I apologize. And then you can select any kind of templates. There's tons of themes you can use. MailChimp's pretty customizable in that these are some featured alerts. That's totally up to you. But here, actually, I just saw a happy birthday one, so we'll use that. There it is. So here's all the birthday ones. Let's just use this one, simple. Cool. So yeah, so now here's your birthday email. You go through, you can go here and just click. It's super simple to change all this information. Text. You want to use one of their regular templates. I'm not a big fan. I like it just simple, to the point. I usually put my logo up here at the top, put some text in here, and then say happy birthday. Once you're done, save and close. Hit finish. And now you have your email. Now, from here, if you want to add additional emails, so this will send the day after the birthday. You can change the delay to on the day of the birthday. So they'll get it that morning at 9 a.m. And then if you want to, you can add additional emails and delay based on a lot of factors. So you can send the email 5 days later. And then you'll see here in a little bit, I'll show you why we would send additional delays. So if you set up a newsletter, for example, that's a pretty important tool to use. So Once you're done with that, you can hit confirm and exit out. So I'm not going to save this. I don't really want, since I already set this up, I just want to kind of show you guys. Actually, I do need to save this. So let me change this. So it's going to be called test. So I'm going to exit this, go back to automation. And then I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. Oops, sorry. Test, delete. This is one real nice fail-safe way of MailChimp. Doesn't let you delete anything on accident, so you really have to actually type in delete. So here we go. Cool, I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, let's go back, look at these anniversary emails. So let's just check out this anniversary one that I created. So here you can see the trigger workflow, annually recurring on the date of their first check-in. So I use that as their anniversary date. I used to look up every month and see who is going or who's in at their 1-year anniversary, and then I would write their name on the board. I'd send them emails, but this has actually simplified that a lot for me. Now my list does have people who have check-ins, but they aren't members anymore. I haven't set that up to purge them out. Actually, I have, but I wait till 9 months after they've no longer a member. I like to keep people on my list because I think every time I send a new email out, maybe there's some information that's relative to somebody that's on the list that isn't coming to the gym anymore, that might persuade them to come back. So like I said, email marketing is really customizable. You can work on this for hours and hours and hours. But I just want to show you a couple of the really fun things that we do. So this happy anniversary email is pretty awesome. Here's a pretty cool, here's kind of how the email looks. There's actually a logo in here, it's not loading. But it says, hey, first name. So this sends out their first name. It pulls it in from the list. Wow, you've been at CrossFit Como for an entire year. What an accomplishment. Fortunate and blessed to have you part of my journey in life. And ask a question just to get them to share. And that's a nice way to people, for me to interact with our clients. So great way for you to get a feel for who's opening it. I always ask a question. I always think that's important. So if I pause this, I can actually edit it. I think I need to fix this email. Okay, yeah, it's in there. So actually, I did not put a picture in here, and I know why I did that. I wanted to make it look like it was a handwritten note as opposed to me sending out something from MailChimp or whatever. So that's why I did that. But this first name tag will actually pull their first name out of the database. So that's pretty cool. So, all right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna turn this back on. Then go back to automation. Cool. So that's simply birthdays, emails, anniversaries. That's just one way to do it. Where I think there's some value, here's a couple ways, is the check-in automated emails. Now MailChimp, oh, before I go, I think I heard Facebook. Let me check that real quick. Let's see. Cool. All right, looks like you guys are good to go. You're listening, so very good. All right, so one thing that's really important to me, I've been asking Brian and Mike for since I started with WODTogether, was how can I send emails based on people checking in? And finally, after a year and a half, they made that feature available, and I'm so thankful. So here's an example. These are all automated emails based on people's check-ins. So we have a 6-class foundations program. And so after each person checks in, this automatically sends them an email a little bit later on that day that says a variety of things. So after their first check-in, it sends them an automatic email that says, thank you for experiencing CrossFit Como, 5 benefits of CrossFit. Check-in number 2, meet the CrossFit trainers. Number 3, read our success stories. Number 4, 3 easy steps CrossFit Como can help you achieve your goals. Number 5, provide feedback from CrossFit Como. 6, congrats on graduating our foundations course. So here's a series of emails based on when users take action. And as you can see, since I've had this set up, you can see the different emails that have been sent to our athletes. So one thing I like to do is I'll keep building this. So like after the 10th check-in, I want to check in with them and see how they're doing. That's usually sometime in the 2nd or 3rd week that they're in the gym. And you see we've had 15 sends and 10 people open. And I get a little feedback from people just to make sure they're doing okay. And this is all stuff, like I said before, is stuff I used to do manually. And this has really just saved me a lot of time. The other ones I'm pretty happy about with the success are this 50th check-in. This is another one of those things. Once somebody is in the gym for 50 classes, they're really becoming professional CrossFitter. They really love what you're doing. They're really coming in. And I really think that 50th check-in is that. That's really that check-in that is like, I'm here for 2, 3, 4 months, and CrossFit's what I'm doing. I love CrossFit. But it's also the time I've seen where some of our clients are like, hey, I've been doing CrossFit for 3 months. I don't see any results. And so I send them a couple of emails that say, hey, how are you doing? I'd like to hear back from you. Let me know what successes you've had in the gym the first couple of months you've been in there. And every time that email's gone out, and every time somebody's opened it, I've got a response, and I use that for my success stories on our website. So we can take a look at like how that works. So the selected list is that my members, and then the workflow is custom. So this is where you can mix and match trigger segments and emails to create a workflow. So we'll take a look at that trigger. Okay. So one of the things, I'll just pause this so you guys can see this real quick. One of the things you can do with these triggers is when a field changes. So when a merge field value changes, and so Brian and Mike have been able to make total check-ins of a field that is something that changes. So whenever total check-ins becomes 50, it sends out these 2 automated emails. So you guys see how that works? So when a merge field value changes, here's the merge field values. So first name, last name, birthday. This is all the stuff that WODTogether passes through, and then total check-ins. So when total check-ins equals 50, it's going to automatically send these emails. Okay. So, this one needs to resume. Okay. So as soon as that workflow is triggered, so that's, I think it publishes to from WODTogether to MailChimp at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, our time. It's going to send out that email to people, and it's going to ask them, hey, I want to know about your success stories at the gym. And then 2 days after that last email is sent, I'm going to say, hey, you're awesome. This is your 50th check-in. And those are just our emails. Actually, I haven't started that one yet. So it's just telling people they're awesome. It's just a great way to just positively reinforce, build that community, build that rapport with your athletes. So yeah, that's kind of a basic. That's another way we use automation. Like I said, it saved me literally hours every single week. I used to do this manually, and now it's automated. It's helped out. It still can be personable, but it's just a great feature that WODTogether's put together. So yeah, that's so there's emails based on check-in. The other thing that we do, I want to share today, is our what I call retention/benefit emails. And these are a series of emails that we send automatically after somebody joins our list. So whenever somebody creates an account in our system and they become a member, 5 days after that, they are sent Join the Ambush, which is our private Facebook group. 5 days after that, they get an email that says, get paid to work out at CrossFit Como. 5 days after that, we tell them about that we're a Reebok recognized gym. 5 days after that, we talk about our nutrition programs. 5 days after that, I finally ask them to make a purchase. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20. So about 25 days into their journey in CrossFit, I say, hey, buy a t-shirt. Here's a $10 off coupon to buy a t-shirt. I'm looking at the lifetime value of an athlete in our gym. And I look at, and I've mapped this out where, at the 3 to 4 month period, people are either all in or they're saying, wow, maybe this CrossFit thing isn't for me. And if I can get people to buy into the brand, buy into CrossFit, I can continue to nurture them, I'm going to get them to stay for a year or a year and a half or longer and really make this a lifestyle change. But I've seen a lot just in the research I've done with my gym is that 3 to 4 month period is that time where people are confused or like, I'm not making any progress. What's going on? They're hitting that first plateau. And we've done things to change that with our programming. We've done things to change that with a lot of different things. But I think this email marketing campaign really helps with really helps with retention and we're constantly reminding people of the benefits. So currently I have these emails built out a couple months out. I think it goes all the way, I think we're about 3 months out. So the first 3 months, I plan on building this to be about 50 emails. So you're getting emails from me throughout the entire year. And these are automated emails that just explain what the benefits, the great things about CrossFit Como. For email marketing to be successful, I think it's really, really important to provide tons of value up front, tons of value. So give them those resources they want. Tell them about nutrition. Tell them about the success stories of your people. Tell them about upcoming events. Be tons of value up front. And then every so often, then you make a sale. Every so often, hey, don't forget about, we do these personal training sessions. Hey, don't forget about buying your supplements from us. Hey, don't forget about, but these people are a family, and I feel adamant about providing them as much value as possible for the money they're investing in us. And so we provide a ton of value in them every single day with, our coaching and our listening. And if I can do that same thing with emails, that's just going to enhance that experience that athlete feels. So, so like I said, these emails are all based off of just time, and they have them sent every 5 days. I haven't gotten to the specifics in terms of, are these the most effective order? I do revise that and work on that, but I do that based on analyzing my subjects, analyzing the text in the email, analyzing a lot of that different information. So that's just a couple ways we use automation in email marketing. We use it based off time, and we use it based off of information that is passed from WODTogether, so those check-ins. So there's like actionable emails based on check-ins that send based on the total times of check-ins, and then there's other emails based on just the time the person's in the gym. You can get more detailed right here. I do have 5 emails that go out based on leads that I get from the website. As you can see, if you look at this, the emails I've sent 59 times. I've had a 50% open rate, which is pretty good. If you go into the individual emails, click on this, you can actually see the open rate. So as soon as somebody subscribes to my email, or my email newsletter on my website, 2/3 of the time they open it. I send an email 2 days after. It's a follow-up. I send an email 2 days after that, and then the open rate's about 40% on that. I send an email 5 days after that, take the next step. That one's opened a little bit better than the one previously. I need to start this email. Cool. And finally, after that, so this is a series of emails. These emails are like sales emails. They're just basically reminding people, hey, email, call me, come do a class, come do a class. And it's just an easy way to remind it and just simplifies a lot of the, like I said, the day-to-day. We still call people, we still see how they're doing. But these are, like I said, this is a way to really automate a few things, and we create action. So cool. Well, I think that is about 40 minutes of email marketing and how we do it at our gym. I hope that was helpful, and I'll probably condense this down at some point. But like I said, I hope that was helpful. I hope that you guys got some value out of that, and I'd be happy to help you guys set up your email marketing if you have any questions. But we're going to save this on the CrossFit Como YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out. And then I'll have Mike and ask Mike and Brian if they can link it to the blog or as a reference tool. So with that, I'm going to go back and see if you guys have any questions. So I'm going to hit stop on this. All right, cool. So let me drag this back over here. Cool. Let's see here. Let's check on YouTube now. Let me hop on YouTube, see if you guys have any questions. If you need me to go back through and look at anything, let me know. All right, I don't see any questions. Let me jump on our Como YouTube channel. See if you guys commented on any of it. Anything. It's like cool. All right, well, I'm going to close this off then for today. I thank you guys for being on here. I hope that helped. I hope it provides some added value to your gym and your people. And like I said, if you need help, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks.